Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife.
Marie.
And you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And you're watching Going In.
That sounded like the end of the show.
Hey, friendo, what do we say? Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And
welcome.
Oh, welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson.
Podcast you ever hosted
It's
over
been
here.
like I've had an odd morning.
Same.
It hasn't necessarily been bad. Like I think for some people it'd be bad. Like, oh my God, I kind of, you got to keep things in perspective. You know, we're doing pretty good. But this morning it was a cacophony of silly events. Like my dog almost mauled a squirrel. I clown her for not being the fastest dog in the world, but there was apparently a squirrel who wasn't really paying attention and couldn't quite get away from her. And so I had to run after my dog over at the school this morning, make sure she didn't get a bunch of blood.
It's really good
in her mouth. And then at one point we were just fighting about which direction we wanted to go on the walk. And so
you're human. There should be no disagreement there.
Well, so is she. So I had to pick her up and show her who's boss. I carried her about 10 yards, put her down, and then she was on the straight and narrow. She's like, oh, I forgot he could do that. He could just carry me wherever he wants to go. Because, so she's heavy, but in her mind, that makes me, super powered now.
All
that I was just able to lift her up.
All right.
So I got the win there. From that point on, she was on the straight and narrow. But we had some arguments, some vigorous debates.
I feel like you and Gypsy have a very complex relationship.
We do. You could definitely say that. Definitely, you could say that. Anyways, how's it going, everybody?
How's everybody doing today? Sorry for the technical.
I'm done talking now. Go ahead.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm operating on 9 hours sleep combined the last 2 days. You know what's getting me by?
Tape of tapes.
This.
What'd you get? What kind of coffee did you get?
The one that has the most caffeine in it.
Didn't you say it's like double energy or something?
Yeah, super energy. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
It's got warning tape on it. So that's what I went with.
So anyways, this is Going In Raw.
A crazy couple days.
The only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. And of course,
there's
check us
the
out.
intro that I'm used to.
Check us out in the audio realm over there on the Cast Box. It's a great way to support Going In Raw. Believe it or not, just by everything free, right? If you want to financially help Going In Raw, it actually financially helps us to download CastBox, go to Going In Raw, hit subscribe.
Oh, that's true.
And then the financial gods then rain down money on us in some form or fashion. I don't know how it works exactly. It's not my realm, but I know it happens. We're also available, of course, on the Apple iOS podcast, the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Next week, we're going to have some exciting new changes to the Patreon, to the way of doing it. We haven't even really, we're so not prepared for these changes.
Oh, gosh, no.
So it's going to happen, and we're just going to do it, and hopefully you guys will be into it.
Happens, yeah.
Yeah. But the people who are in our sort of crew of live stream friendos, don't fret. You're actually going to get, technically, you're going to get more of us now, I think. Because of the post-show thing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll be...
and I think we're doing the post-show 5 days a week.
Yeah, and it'll be more focused. It won't just us be here sitting around.
Yeah, but I think they like that, so don't downplay that. We're going to have some sitting around getting to know you time.
Yeah. No, there'll be some chit-chat time, but there's some times in the post-show where we're both...
Yeah, that's terrible.
And that's what we're hoping to eliminate.
Yeah, get rid of that. It's
going to be a concise, hopefully half hour of quality or reasonably... quality entertainment, or at least passably entertaining.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be highly stupid. It's going to be the kind of thing that obviously it's not monetized through YouTube, so we'll be able to get away with more. That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be pushing the boundaries of what we can get away with.
Interesting.
Buttholes everywhere is basically. Speaking of buttholes, you want to read some super chats?
All right.
$2 message retracted.
No, you got to go further back in time. Tom Fox, $2. Wish I could watch live, but I'm about to clock in. He's got to work too.
That's a bummer, man.
Trey Saunders, $5. I'm high as shit. Just
Nice.
got my Amazon order of wrist wraps and squat belt. Lifting is about to get real.
Interesting combo of getting high as shit and lifting.
You go to the gym, you get jacked, you get pumped.
Yeah.
You get, when I go to the gym, I get a shot of energy.
You get to pump.
I feel good.
You get to pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just mellow out a little bit.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But no, I was just like, but you wouldn't do it like before you go.
No.
Yeah.
That seems like it could be hazardous.
Right? It's like back when I used to work at Kinko's, and like the dude working the heavy cutting machine used to take his lunch break and down a 6-pack.
Oh dear!
And then go operate the
You don't want to be
cutting
operating any
machine.
sort of machinery with blades
No, man.
in any way inebriated.
No.
That's a terrible idea. Next, Parker Eastman, $2. Jinder or Brock's title reign more enjoyable?
Jinder.
Kyle Steven, $10. I started a poll in the Friendoverse. Is it hearty handshake or hardy? It's the former. Heart. Why?
Yeah.
Hearty, like a hearty
hearth,
meal.
like a hearth, like Hearthstone.
Like bountiful.
Yeah, bountiful. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like a hearty meal.
Yeah, exactly.
Emilio Hernandez, $2. Watch any G1. I think we got first 2 days done.
Yeah, we're done with.
We're only about 6 days behind.
Yeah.
Which is way better than we did last year.
Yeah.
Lego, $5. He says, listen up, Adam Mayhem. Steve here is twice the man you are, and he has half the brain that you do.
Yeah, man. Listen to that. That's actually true. Adam Mayhem, I'll say this. I'm going to break kayfabe right now. I actually love talking to Adam Mayhem. That dude's experiences in Puerto Rico and around the world wrestling and stuff, it's actually fairly entertaining. That being said, I don't want to be my H champion. He is not. #, not my H champion.
He is your H champion.
I do love him, though. Jeffrey Nguyen, $3. I'm going in drunk, friendos. Jeffrey Nguyen, we might have to talk. We might have a problem there, pal. Rich Hardesty, the real Rich Hardesty, says, "Come for comes." I don't have sweatpants on today, but I
believe you did that.
I wore.
Carmen Childers, $2. Hyper caffeinated Larson is the supreme Larson. So this morning, I had 2.5 cups of coffee, and then now I'm having this.
Oh my god! Yeah, dude.
Man, 4 hours of sleep. Telling you, not even.
OG Sneakerhead, another $10. Hey-oh.
Wow.
I'm getting tired of Seth getting Finn's moments. I kind of agree with that. It's kind of irritating. He said it was going to be Finn at Mania versus The Miz for IC title. Add Seth due to injury, and once again, hoping Dolph versus Finn. Seth is now becoming Roman to me. Wow, that guy's turned on the architect.
Wow.
Ryan Beek, £5. Been watching for nearly a year now. First time watching live. Moving closer to work soon. Thank you for keeping me company on my travels to work.
Sure thing.
Does that mean Ryan's going to not be listening to us anymore if he's moving closer to work?
I don't know.
Move further away and listen to more of us, Ryan.
Sure. Lego, $20. Oh, my goodness.
Man.
On the Raw recap, you said you could see Seth, Finn, and Drew as main eventers, but not Dolph. Is that because of his awful booking, or do you think he fundamentally lacks something that those other three have? A little bit of that, but I think part of it is we've seen him in that role before.
Let me ask something.
And it's not to say that he can't do more. I just don't know if he can do more in a main event role in WWE. Elsewhere, maybe.
Dolph, could he have been an in-ring performer on par with HBK? Because he sort of models himself after HBK.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Why? Let me ask you why. Physically, he's got it. Do you think that the storytelling isn't quite to the level? It's because here's the thing. It's not like dumping on him.
No.
HBK is a master class of storytelling.
HBK is top 5 ever.
Because he's shown that he was as good a promo as Shawn Michaels.
No.
You don't think so, really?
HBK is a better promo guy than Dolph. Oh, yeah.
Like maybe in his last couple of years.
I don't even go. Well, the DX years, stuff he was doing in DX was way better, and pretty much barring a couple promos Dolph has done.
All right.
Like, Dolph got a lot of credit, especially when he was starting getting popular for his selling ability.
Yeah.
But sometimes he kind of goes a little overboard with it.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, there's one clear example of HBK going overboard with it in a match against Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
But for the most part, HBK's selling was good and helped tell the story. I just felt like a lot of Dolph's matches are pretty formulaic in terms of how he approaches it and how he gets his offense off. I never really felt that way about Shawn Michaels.
I feel like Dolph is sort of in the same class as Randy Orton in terms of when he's given something to work with, he's really, really, really good.
Oh, definitely.
But he isn't given much to work with very often.
Yeah.
And that's kind of outside of his control.
Well,
maybe it is and maybe it
no,
isn't.
if you heard what Seth said about the countdown clock, right? And how the crowd was counting down. Apparently, it took Dolph out of his game.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah. And I guess it really messed him up even more when they turned the clock off. And that's when, that GIF floating around.
Where they're talking
Dolph,
about it.
Yeah, where they were talking about it in the ring during the match. And I can't imagine Shawn Michaels getting worried at all about what the crowd is doing.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right. Trey Saunders, $5. I'm not at the gym now, but getting a wee bit high before gym isn't so bad. Like a gnarly pre-workout ritual.
Well, so long as it lead to a gnarly workout injury, all's good.
Getting wrapped up in the cables. Martin Hernandez, $10. Going to an NXT live show tonight in my hometown, Riverside, California. Any ideas where I can bump into the NXT roster outside of the venue?
No idea.
Like the loading area?
Yeah, like the players' parking lot.
Yeah. Lux Exterior, $5. And then we'll get into our first story. He says, hi, friendos. Is the WWE approach to choking the indies by hoarding talent?
Oh, what a good segue.
What a great segue, actually. Yeah, it's true because the WWE seems to be on the precipice of signing one Matthew Riddle Larson.
Yeah,
what's this all about?
Let's take it all the way back to last week where there was a brief mention in Wrestling Observer newsletter. This is what it said. Quote, Matt Riddle pulled out of the August 18th and 19th dates with Over the Top Wrestling in Ireland, will be replaced by Juice Robinson, another person apparently WWE wants to sign.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Interesting that coincides with SummerSlam weekend, given the talk that WWE has reconsidered its position on Riddle after 4 months ago, not even allowing him to work at Access. So we were originally going to talk about some of this stuff on Monday's news show. It was actually a really packed show. This seemed just as much speculation as anything else.
Yeah.
But so I'm happy we held off because there's a lot more meat to this story now. Shortly thereafter, BodySlam.net mentioned that on episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, Meltzer mentioned the following, quote, yeah, he's probably WWE bound. It's time. I don't want to say he was languishing, but unless he was going to do Ring of Honor, which he wasn't going to do, or New Japan, he might as well be in WWE. It's his time to be a superstar, and he should be a superstar somewhere with visibility. He's done the European stuff for a long time. He's great at it. And I think in NXT, he'll do phenomenal. And then as the week went on, Riddle started dropping out of more shows. He dropped out of Battle of Los Angeles.
Yeah. PCW Ultra
show that was going to go on this weekend.
And then later on in the week, Riddle appeared on X-Pac's podcast, which apparently is pretty good. I need to listen to it more because
listened to a couple
there's always
bits.
really great like interview bits.
Yeah.
Man, how great is it that X-Pac like totally could have been one of those guys who went way down,
I
pulled
know.
himself out,
I know.
great shape,
Yep.
and a podcast that everybody's into. So many people start podcasts and then they just sort of like don't keep up with them and stuff. X-Pac, he's always there. He's always doing his stuff.
Yeah.
So good for him. Anyways, Matt Riddle was on X-Pac's podcast this past week where he said he was, quote, stuck in a spot and, quote, from what I've gathered and what I've heard from everybody's at the point where they all want me. And I think they're all big fans of Matt Riddle. I like that he uses the third person.
Yeah.
I think it's my time to make the right decision, do it, and let's see what happens.
What is this right decision, though, Steve?
CZW might have spoiled this right decision this past Thursday, posting a graphic promoting Riddle's upcoming appearance as, quote, who did this? Come on. One of Matt Riddle's final indie appearances before signing with the WWE. The graphic was quickly pulled and replaced by a new version without that sentence. Come on, man.
I know. There's this, too. This morning, Real Shoot Wrestling, they left it somewhat vague, advertised Riddle for an appearance on August 7th, saying, quote, get your chance to work out with the King of Bros and watch him live in what could be one of his last indie shows.
Well, that's a bit better.
That's decent marketing. That's like, you'll never get a chance to see him again. This kind of venue come before he leaves.
Yeah.
As opposed to saying, he's out the door.
Guess what? He literally emailed me and said, hey, on the down low, I'm signed with WWE. You know,
I know.
This is going to be my last show. And then they went in and put that on the advertising. Oh, man. I wonder how quickly he fired off that email. They're like, oh, come on.
I know.
Dude, really? Be cool, bro.
Yeah. Bro. And then in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter, Meltzer had the following to say, quote, we can confirm from multiple sources in both companies that New Japan and WWE have made offers to him of late. Whether the word getting out that New Japan had interest in him again led to WWE making a concentrated effort is hard to say, but often that's how things work out. Of course, he has a history of enjoying the cannabis.
Like many of our friendos in chat.
Yeah, he failed a couple of drug tests in UFC because he likes the cannabis.
Yeah.
And that always kind of seemed to be a barrier between him going to New Japan and WWE.
Oh, yeah. I've watched plenty of Locked Up Abroad, man. You can't mess with drugs in Japan, even the marijuana, which is legal in many places here in the United States and, of course, in Europe. But, yeah, so that would be a huge problem. In WWE, I'm pretty sure that that's just a fine.
Yeah.
You don't even get suspended. So, like, you know, maybe part of his contract can be, I'll have an escrow account for my fines.
There you go. I'll just take 5% of my paycheck and just put it in that.
Exactly.
I'll prepay a year's worth of fines.
Yeah, exactly. Add that to my contract. Whatever you were going to offer me, add the fines for, every other drug test.
A fine writer. Put a rider in his contract for his fines. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if it's a matter of WWE softening their stance on that aspect, or if he's willing to change his lifestyle to take his career to the next level. Or maybe there's a sweet spot in the middle where he can dial back on that. Maybe WWE be a little bit more relaxed on it, and it'll work out for the mutual benefit of all involved.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, look, man, you can't let weed spoil your life, man. But if you can manage it and you can, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it seems like it hasn't gotten in the way of his career whatsoever.
Right? Yeah.
Up to this point.
Yeah. So he's 32 years old.
Still relatively young.
Now's the time. I mean, I know I think I first heard about him because of Dave Meltzer. I know he's super high on the guy.
Oh yeah, he's great.
And so yeah, good stuff. So yeah, that's cool.
What are the odds he shows up at TakeOver?
100%? Pretty good, yeah, 100%.
I'll say 97.
Yeah,
3% botch.
Is there any chance? So we had a very healthy debate about this, which resulted in me laughing my ass off over.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday in the Patreon post show.
Yeah.
Over what kind of pops people would get. People are on the indie scene at takeover shows.
Yeah.
I'm not going to recreate it here, but goddamn, I laughed.
It's pretty funny.
It was pretty damn funny.
You almost started to cry.
Because I feel like Matt Riddle is in the class. So I think that he's a takeover crowd guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's not like Adam Cole, who's get inserted into a thing
probably not
immediately. And there aren't a whole lot of those guys out there now. Maybe like,
Well, I mean, even Ricochet wasn't get involved in a storyline right away.
Yeah.
It's very rare that happens.
It is. It's
Usually
very rare.
They sit ringside.
So even
Bob Roode wasn't getting involved right away. He was sitting ringside.
I feel like there was if you take out Kenny Omega. So here's the thing: Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, if they sign, they're not going through NXT. They're going to go straight to main, right? Naito, Okada would go straight to main.
Oh yeah.
Naito would maybe go to NXT.
I don't know. He's 36.
Yeah, he's probably straight to main.
Yeah.
But after that, I feel like a lot of those dudes. I'm not sure how many of those guys, like Ospreay might be. No, Ospreay's like a Ricochet guy. There aren't a whole lot of guys who would be immediately inserted into the scene in NXT. You know what I mean? That's weird.
Yeah.
And Adam Cole occupies such a unique space.
Based on how the storyline, especially in the main event scene, is playing out, there's no real place for Matt Riddle to insert himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I kind of feel like the main event scene in NXT has to play itself out one way or the other without any sort of outside interference to tell the story they want to tell.
Yeah.
So he'll definitely be sitting ringside at TakeOver Brooklyn. And he'll get a very warm ovation.
Well, yeah, so just personally speaking, we've got like 600 people watching now. Matt Riddle, maybe not everybody, a lot of people that are watching us might just be interested in like WWE stuff or New Japan stuff. They might not know who Matt Riddle is. We have had the pleasure of watching him live a couple times.
Yes.
PWG, I think a Progress show, maybe.
Yeah, he did wrestle the Progress show.
So we've and he is an absolute joy to watch.
Yeah.
He, I mean, that's one of Dave Meltzer's points about him is how quickly he took to pro wrestling in the character aspect of things, getting his character across, because he comes off as very authentic and genuine in the ring.
Yeah.
Like what you see seems to be basically him just turned up a little bit, which is sort of the best spot to be in. But he is he's a dude who he takes his MMA sort of mat-based wrestling thing and he makes it a bit more exciting. So far in the indies, he doesn't wear shoes.
No.
It's like a straight up MMA. He's fantastic, chock full of charisma.
Here's the perfect distillation in my mind of Matt Riddle. So the first PWG show we went to, it was Chosen Bros, Matt Riddle and Jeff Cobb against Michael Elgin and Brian Cage. And there was a spot where Elgin and Cage were doing suplexes.
They had Cobb up in a suplex.
Yes.
And they were handing him off to each other in suplex.
And Matt Riddle is Jeff Cobb's tag team partner.
Yeah.
So you'd think, oh, no, this is my partner getting suplexed all over the place. No, he was amazed by the feats of strength exhibited by Brian Cage
Yeah.
and Michael Elgin, and it didn't seem like it was out of character.
Yeah.
It just seemed like, whoa, this is really impressive. I have to enjoy this, even though that's my partner that's getting beat up.
Yeah, it added to the fan experience.
Yes.
Instead of him taking away from the show, he was adding to it by marveling along with all the fans this feat of strength that they were doing, and it fit perfectly in. And it's not something that, you know, normally you would expect out of a wrestler. So he understood the moment and he improv'd, you know, as such. So no, he is absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
He's really good. So yeah, let's take a couple more super chats.
Sure.
If you guys have any questions about Matt Riddle.
Sure. Guillermo Quirova?
Hold on.
Quirova?
I
Sorry.
don't know where I am here.
$5. My first ever live show, munching on some Frito burrito at work. This lunch break is real. Guillermo Quirova.
Oh, there we go. Guillermo, Kirova.
Kirova. Thank you. Sorry.
Becky Lynch Teddy Bear, $5. Hello, friendo. It's been having a rough time, but you guys make it way better. Too sweet. Smiles and handshakes and hugs all around. I hope things get better for you, Becky Lynch's Teddy Bear. Stevie Bradley, $4.20. Can I get a shout out to my friend Niku Noctis? Yes. Hello, Niku Noctis.
Done.
Hippopotamus, $5. What WWE superstar would you cast to play Louis Bloom from Nightcrawler?
Wow.
Matt Riddle could kind of look like that, but he's not personality. I don't think that's him.
He'd have to lose like a bunch
Who's
of weight.
kind of a creep? I could see Drew Gulak being that. Okay, give me somebody else then. How great would it be if Drew McIntyre was
lost a ton of weight?
7 foot dude. I've got my video camera.
Video production news. Man, that's tough.
It is tough.
I want to see John Cena drop all that weight and be Louis Bloom. Because he's very regimented like Louis Bloom was.
Andrew Austin Casto, $5. Power rank top 5 WWE superstars to host Saturday Night Live next, not including those who have done it already. I want to see New Day do it as a group.
New Day.
Boy, YouTube's having all sorts of stream issues.
Yeah, it
today,
really
aren't
is.
they?
W.S. Fletcher, $20. Thank you, W.S. Fletcher. Where is my 4 lights and Super Kicks episode? Gentlemen, Super Kicks will be up tomorrow. As soon as we're done with our Going in Raw business today, I'm going to the office back there, shooting a experiential piece on trying to get me some off-white Air Prestos.
I had so I've had problems with my AC unit. I'm not getting it replaced till Tuesday. And if you're up here in Northern California,
it's very hot.
It's very hot.
It's very hot.
And so I was telling Jeff yesterday, I was like, hey, we got to do something remotely today or tomorrow. And he was like, hey, I sort of have this party to go to tonight. I was like, okay, cool. Not a big deal. We'll do it this weekend. It's not a big deal. Plus, I have AC issues. And so like last night, he texted me probably around 9. He says, I'm 6 beers deep. Don't think I'm going to be doing anything remotely. And I said, that's really how we should be doing it.
I know.
4 Lights podcast, 6 beers deep. So this weekend sometime, hopefully we'll get it done.
Ryan Beek, $2. To clarify, we'll be listening at gym getting jacked.
Hey, we never actually answered. That's great. Andrew's question. Top 5 next superstars to host.
Oh, New Day.
SNL.
I agreed. New Day. That's a great
New Day
answer.
would be good. Who would be like The Miz?
Oh yeah, that'd be
because
good too.
he could be like a crossover movie guy. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else could be a crossover movie guy because you kind of need that. Well, Batista. Why? Batista should.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of surprised he hasn't already.
Seth Rollins.
There you go.
Dolph Ziggler if they make Countdown 2.
Shad Media, $5. Wow. This is too much info, but I'll read it anyways. He says, every time I have sex, I do finger guns at her and say real. Then for the encore, I pound the bed like Orton before the RKO. I'm a weird guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thanks for your money. But, whoa, that's so weird.
That's weird. Tanner Nowak, $5. Power rank legends to return as managers or some supporting role like Ted DiBiase with EC3. I'd love to see Run the Jewels themed shirt, Too Sweet and Hearty Handshake. Yeah, we should get that up by the end of August.
I got to do that.
Legends return as managers.
Terry Funk to return and be a manager for Eddie Edwards, the new king of hardcore.
There you go.
Impact Wrestling.
That's good.
Ooh, I didn't watch Impact last night.
Rich Calicott, $2. Would 205 live be better changed to 420 taped?
Are they all just out there high? I don't get it.
I guess so.
Or is it like, is that the weight 420? Is that the...
Maybe.
The Hoss?
The all Hoss show.
They're all taped.
Fiend Kicks, $2. Care package should be in your P.O. box tomorrow. I think he sent us some shoes.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you very much, Fiend Kicks. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Guillaume Halili bought a Brock Lesnar toy, but I can only play with it twice a year, and it's always in the back of my mind that it's going to leave me for another house. Very clever. Will Haymaker, $5. Will Riddle be able to keep his sponsorship stuff on his shorts? Brock seems like the only one allowed to do that, and he looks like a Von Erich. He looks like a much better looking Von Erich.
Yeah.
But he does have a Von Erich vibe.
I hope they let
Von
him,
Erichs were all kind of mutts, though.
I hope they let him keep his Suplex branding on his shorts, because that's great. Because he's got an endorsement deal with Suplex Apparel. Probably won't.
Well, he'll definitely have Under Armour.
Yeah.
Because that's a...
No, Tap Out is WWE.
Oh, that's right. Tap
So
Out.
I'll have to do Tap Out. Guillermo again. He says $2. You can just call me Willie. Sorry, I didn't pronounce your last name correctly. My apologies.
Okay, Willie. Lego, $5. You should play Showdown 64. It's No Mercy mod that has pretty much every major wrestler ever, past, present, playable. Really? I'll have to look that up. Showdown 64.
Yeah.
All right, next news item.
Well, we got one more. Taco Bender, $2. Can Matt Riddle have a Kurt Angle type ceiling? Yes.
That's a big ceiling, though, man. That's maybe too huge.
It all depends. And Meltzer mentioned this, I think, in the newsletter. It all depends on his promo ability. I think.
Yeah, I know.
I think if he can translate his personality and charisma into good promos, because he delivers in the ring. He's great in the ring. His charisma is off the charts.
Kurt Angle's like elite.
I know.
Elite level.
I know.
I don't think Matt Riddle's elite.
I don't know, man.
Elite, that's like high up there, dude.
I understand what I'm
way
saying.
High up there.
I understand. I just think the potential's there.
I don't think so. Anyways, let's talk about where we might see Matt Riddle on TakeOver at some point soon.
Stellar segue.
And those takeovers might be heading to Fox, just like all these rumors about NXT going to
we'll
Fox.
See about that.
According to BodySlam.net, Joseph Pisich of the No Holds Barred podcast reported that, quote, there has not been an announcement that NXT or anything else is going to be on Fox Sports 1, but that has been guaranteed to me. I actually talked to someone that is guaranteed beat on, that they will be on Fox Sports 1. In fact, NXT takeovers will be moving from the WWE network to Fox Sports 1 starting in late 2019. Hold on. Additionally, Pisich also reports it looks like they want to increase the number of NXT takeovers as well, from 4 to 5 to at least 8. That's what I hear, and that may start late 2019. Why are you shaking your head? Why will this not happen?
All right. This could be legit. It could not. I have no idea.
But hold on a second. He
Here's
said
the
somebody
thing.
guaranteed it to him.
All right. If NXT TV goes to Fox Sports 1, takeovers aren't going to Fox Sports 1.
Okay.
And if takeovers are going to Fox Sports, I have a hard time believing that NXT takeover is going to go to. They're not going to move their most popular program wholesale from the network to cable television. I don't think that's going to happen.
There's enough money in it. Let me ask you something.
They still seem invested on growing their own over-the-top platform, though. And if you take your top weekly show off there, that's going to impact subscribers.
You and I have zero idea what dent that would make in the WWE network. I don't think it would lose very many subscribers.
I don't know. Because
the main selling point is the pay-per-views. You still get all the pay-per-views for free. That's the biggest one. That's what's every single month. What's the biggest thing that's on there? It's their pay-per-views.
Yeah, I know.
So that is the biggest selling point they have.
What's the most highly rated weekly show? NXT.
Okay, well I see. Yeah, it is. I'm not disagreeing with that.
They should move 205 Live to Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, I don't know. That might be even more buried. I'm playing devil's advocate. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who this Joseph fella is and who's guaranteeing stuff to him. I'm just saying if the price is right, I guarantee you the WWE would do it. I don't know what so like NXT is number one every week, right? We know that in terms
Except
of their
pay-per-view weeks.
Yeah, their original programming that is non-pay-per-view. It's NXT, absolutely. But we don't know what like the pie looks like for the WWE network. Is it in their library? If the same number of people are watching their conglomerated library of old stuff, and versus NXT versus 205 Live. We have no idea what the pie looks like. So my thing is they can continue to develop their their WWE network and make a huge chunk of change if the price is right for NXT wholesale over on Fox Sports 1. We don't know.
I would counter with this, and I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot of evidence directly to back it up in terms of how it works with over-the-top platforms versus network or cable television. But one of the reasons that WWE's television's rights contracts were so massive is because of the emphasis on live sporting events, and that comes at a premium. And I don't know if the same kind of rule or logic applies to, say, WWE Network in terms of NXT. Like, that's a huge draw, not just in terms of bringing people to the network, but the social media activity, all that kind of stuff, like it is with Raw or SmackDown. And if they'd be willing to lose that activity from their own platform versus sending it over to Fox, even though, it might make them more money. But then you always hear that NXT is a money loser. It doesn't make money for the company.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe if they can get a good hunk of money from Fox to subsidize the costs associated with NXT to keep it going. Not that I think it's in danger, but
yeah, I don't think it's in danger. But you're right. They've said that it's a money. We've heard that it's a money loser. I wonder. Do you think Triple H would prefer to see? Because I do. I think he does. Would prefer to see NXT TV move to a live format. I think it'd be silly for him not to want that, but I think it'd be as expensive as it might be and as much of a money loser as it is now. I think it'd probably be even much more of a money loser if they did go to a live format.
It definitely would.
But here's the thing about NXT, if Fox Sports 1 offered that could be a big incentive.
But we've also talked about in the past how the structure of NXT tapings is kind of a benefit to NXT not that it's really that much of a developmental promotion anymore. Not to the same extent, I think, on which it was founded. But it benefits from being a tape program because, as a developmental promotion, if something doesn't go right, cut it out. Yeah. Reshoot it. You can't do that in a live environment.
There's also this to consider, and this is like completely speculative. He said that NXT UK, NXT, Mexico, NXT, all the other territories that they're looking to develop that aren't NXT Prime are all going to be feeder systems into NXT Prime. That's kind of the gist we get, right? Well, if Fox Sports 1 comes along and says, we want NXT, they could still give us an NXT Florida or NXT US network show for the developmental guys. For people, I don't know, that are on the house shows, like up until recently, Dominic Dijakovic. They could do that and keep that tape because NXT has built itself into such a big brand. I kind of feel like it does need to take some next step. I'm not saying I want it at all because I love the product now as it is. But it wouldn't surprise me from a business perspective if the money was right. Triple H has built that thing into such a viable third brand.
Oh yeah.
I could see them taking money, making a live show, and we'd get to see the Florida house show loop guys.
Yeah.
I think that would be so much. Because we don't get to see them. We hear about the matches that they have. We hear the names.
You might see some videos on Twitter.
Right. I don't know if half these people are any good, if half these people are crap. I have no idea. But it would be a lot of fun to see that aspect of the truly developmental stuff. Keep that at Full Sail. And then, NXT can maybe be a traveling brand on Fox Sports 1, or they can keep it at Full Sail just live. I don't know. But it definitely, like, from everything we've heard about the possibility of NXT moving, it kind of feels like it's an inevitability that they would, if the price was right, that they would do something with it. So it wouldn't surprise me.
So long as they don't lose what inherently makes NXT what it is.
Yeah.
It works so well as like a concise 1 hour
I'm with you.
wrestling program.
I'm with you on that.
Super chat time. Brie Marie, $5. I love Matt Riddle coming to the WWE from a fellow weed connoisseur.
Man, I can't wait to roll out. Remember that idea I threw you? The Friendo shirt one?
Yeah.
The Friendo, the April Friendo package?
Yeah.
I think.
Guess what day that's going to be released? Adam Mayhem, $2 asked, want some Taco Bell?
No, man. Yeah, he's supposed to be here in like 20 minutes, huh?
Yeah.
Ugh.
BreakingControllers.com, $2. Do we now call it the NXT Championship?
Sorry, Adam, I think if you're still watching, I think we're going to be going next door to that place again.
Yeah, we'll just go somewhere around here.
Friendo meetup at Brew Pub.
NXT Championship. Good pun there, BreakingControllers.com. Nonstop player, $5. I had a dream last night when it was Halloween and Mr. Steven showed up to my house dressed like a bunny. It was adorable.
That would be weird. Not adorable.
No,
That'd
weird.
Be creepy.
Emilio Hernandez, $5. Watching Goto versus Ishii from July 21st. Felt like a Shibata tribute. Wrestling is art. I heard that match was really good.
By the way, Nonstop player, I hope you're having a good time on your vacation, and I hope your parents are being good to you.
Meltzer gave that Ishii Goto match 5 stars, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard it was really good.
Was it Ishii Goto? Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
that could be fun.
Ooh, yeah, 4 or 5.
A tribute to... I was disappointed. He gave Callahan versus Penta like
4.5.
4.5. That was a 5-star goddamn match.
Don't start debating.
That was a 5-star goddamn match.
No, I'm not disagreeing. That was really good. Start your own ratings.
Yeah, I know. I've been wanting to do that. What rating system? So should we start up our own like newsletter? That would be great at the $1 Patreon
Friendo
mark.
newsletter.
If there was more hours in the day.
I know.
Our own Friendo newsletter.
We need to hire an
do
editorial
ratings.
staff.
What would be our rating system in terms of like not stars, but what benchmarks would we use?
Think about that one.
5-planet match. I got this
Planet?
tweet. Instead of stars, planets. So I got this yesterday on the show. I mentioned one of the friendos, Los Ingobernables de Carne.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So he tweeted out, just because he thought it was a funny thing that I suggested on the SmackDown recap, he tweeted out my suggestion that Aiden English should revert back to his vaudevillian character and kidnap Lana, tie her to the railroad tracks, only for Rusev to save the day. And it's like in silent film, where his tweet went a bit viral. I don't know. Oh, God. At this point, it was at 1,100 likes.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's awesome. And he sent me a DM and said, hey, look, I credited you in the response. And, I didn't think it was going to blow up.
Yeah.
The funny thing is he DM'd me this morning and showed me that Road Dogg himself responded to the tweet and said, that's awesome.
That's pretty funny.
Confirmed, I am a SmackDown level writer, Larson.
Maybe Road Dogg is not so low level writer.
Whoa! Oh, you didn't know? Maybe he likes when we do the impression.
Maybe. I don't know. Back to the news, Steve.
Back to the news.
Could Shinsuke Nakamura be heading back to New Japan Pro Wrestling?
Probably not.
According to Dave Meltzer, New Japan has some interest in bringing back the King of Strong Style, and Meltzer said he wouldn't be shocked if it happened, but he did note, Meltzer, he likes to hedge his bets. He did note that while Nakamura's contract is set to expire January of next year, Nakamura's in a pretty good spot right now.
Yeah.
And apparently he's managed to kind of tone down his style so it's not as physical, doesn't take as much of a toll on his body. And his whole family is out in Florida
like 37,
now.
38 years old.
I think he's pushing 40.
Is he
39 or 40.
Is he in the Bobby Roode? Is he in the Steven Larson age range?
I thought so.
Wow.
So he wouldn't be surprised if it happened essentially.
Close.
But, since it seems like he's invested both with the company in terms of bringing his whole family out.
38?
38.
Yeah, look at that.
Florida, would be shocked if it happened according to Meltzer, but at the same time, he seems like he's here.
Yeah, I'm sure, if he signed with the WWE so he could tone down the strong style that he wrestles, I'm sure watching Ishii versus Goto in a Shibata tribute probably isn't the best way to sway him. Hey, come on back to New Japan. Look at this match over here. Headbutt.
I know. Look at Omega body slamming Goto on the benches of Kirk and Hall.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Come on back.
I'm sure he's gonna love that one.
I know.
Yeah. So I don't know. Who knows? It is kind of interesting though. With WWE because according to the newsletter, also, we mentioned that New Japan and WWE had interest in signing Matt Riddle.
Yes.
I kind of want, are we getting to the point where there's going to be more competition for WWE with guys,
we heard with Bobby Lashley that there was some competition that New Japan was interested in bringing him in. So it could be.
So
wouldn't be surprised. Last bit of news before we take some questions. Since the announcement of largest Royal Rumble earlier this year, there have been a lot of rumors and speculation about how large of a check the Sports Authority of Saudi Arabia cut to the WWE.
Not to be confused with the Sports Authority goods store.
They're out of business.
Yeah, they're out of business.
They're out of business.
The Saudi government is not out of business. They are very wealthy.
Yes.
We've heard numbers all over the map on this since the
Yes.
entire thing started.
Yes.
From as little as like 10 million to 200 million.
Yeah, they've been all over the map.
Yeah.
But we also know it was a multi-year deal, so you didn't know whether what was for the length of the contract or per show. But anyways,
we have perhaps
maybe
narrowed it down.
Oh, you want to read this?
I'll read this one.
All right.
Since the announcement of largest Royal Rumble, like I've
Skip
said,
all
we've
that,
skip all that. According to Pro Wrestling Sheet, who worked over the numbers, who did the math for us, that Ryan Satin, math whiz apparently. The other income category,
in their most recent earnings report,
jumped fivefold from 12 million to well over 60 million. The WWE cited confidentiality agreements when asked if they could divulge the exact amount, which is kind of interesting that they're sort of beholden to stockholders, but they can still cite confidentiality. That's
well, I think they have to report the income. I don't know if they have to report where the income.
The specifics of it?
I don't know.
They could not divulge the exact amount, but Pro Wrestling Sheet speculated that $40 million would be a decent estimate.
For one show.
For one show.
Wow.
Wowie wow.
Wow.
Half of that went to Brock Lesnar.
Maybe.
Anyways, are there more super chats and then questions? Looks like there are more super chats. Let's see here. 1001 TV, shameless plug. This is a $5 super chat. WWE 2K Universe Promotions redefined. GTA/WWE 2K combo show. Women's faction wrestling featuring PS4 creations. Shinsuke to New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I guess you can check that out there over on 10O. That's OH1 TV.
BreakingControllers.com, $2. It says too sweet.
Wayne-Maker 2.0, 5 pounds. Best Trek bridge crew made up of wrestlers. Who would be the captain of a USS WWE? The USS San Martino. Who would be the captain of that particular ship?
John Cena.
It would have to be John Cena, right? Because he could rally the troops. Oh man, he could send even.
You have a whole crew of just they're in battle or deep in space, away from their families. Maybe he can rally them. The way he turns crowds around. Imagine him doing that to a whole
he's gonna
crew
have
of
to
a
send,
Starfleet ship,
like Kurt Hawkins, the red shirt ensign, into a dangerous, very deadly situation,
Yes.
and he'll get him to do it happily.
Who would be his first officer? AJ Styles.
Now, I feel like AJ Styles can do the impossible, so he's going to be the chief engineer.
Oh, all right. Then Seth Rollins.
I was going to say Seth Rollins, yeah.
He's the architect.
Finn Balor, transporter chief.
All right.
I don't know why.
No, Bray Wyatt should be the transporter chief.
Okay.
He could teleport.
There you go.
He has teleportation powers.
Yeah, that's good.
Who is the doctor?
Well, I mean, we've said, but I guess Xavier Woods.
Yeah,
I think he
well, he'd be more like the ship counselor because he has a PhD in psychology.
He's not a counselor, Troy. He's a bones.
All right. He's got a saying he has a PhD in psychology, man.
Oh man, who's chief of security? Braun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the most Klingon-ish.
Ian D, $2. Aiden English is Shane's constable.
Oh, that'd be pretty funny. He sings his orders. The real flat earther Jeffrey Nguyen, $3. Best heel at the moment, Tomatonga or Ciampa, and he says comfy comps.
Oh, it's Ciampa.
It's Ciampa. Oh man,
he's the best heel in wrestling right now.
Because he does everything you need to do. He's not trying out there trying to look cool, although he does look super cool.
Yeah,
that jacket of his when he
looks cool by not trying to look cool
for his entrance. That jacket. Oh
yeah,
my
man.
Gosh,
he looks like a legitimate supervillain.
You see that he retweeted that picture of him and Triple H. Somebody did a head swap.
Head swap, yeah. Daniel Morris, $2. Cena, couldn't see him?
Yeah, Cena can't be captain. You couldn't see him.
Oh, Ric Flair for captain.
Cena would be the ship because it's a cloak. He's a cloaking device.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Ric Flair would be like the admiral.
He'd be like a teacher at Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he'd be.
All right, let's go to the Twitters and take some questions.
Very good. Let's see here.
Oh, you have it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what happened?
I got all sorts of problems here.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness is right. Gee whiz. My computer's on overdrive right now.
Yeah, what's going on over there?
Okay, here we go. Maverick asks, if you had to choose, spoiler alert for Infinity War, by the way, which I think drops on digital in like 4 days. If you had to choose which half Thanos killed off of these people, who would they be? Jericho, Reigns, Balor, Lesnar, Omega, Cena, Styles, Punk.
So there's 6 names. You have to pick 3, right?
3 have to go. I would choose Lesnar because we never see him. Reigns because people are just kind of over this whole thing. And I would choose CM Punk. He's never in the WWE.
Yep. Adam Mayhem, $5. Doctor would be Becky Lynch, and she'd be telling puns every time you go see her.
Oh, that'd be great.
That's a great idea, Adam
I
Mayhem.
love that.
That's why he's our H champion.
Or because she's straight fire, she could be a torpedo, a photon torpedo.
All right.
Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Simon Hartstone. Do you think Roman could get over if he broke Brock's leg and stood over him saying, fuck you?
F you.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think he'd be supremely over if he did that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Brock is laying there, his leg is going a different direction,
I know,
and Roman's standing over him, like just cursing at him?
Yeah,
you ain't
great.
shit.
Well, I mean, it would suck for Brock, but it'd be an interesting moment.
That'd be great, though.
Suplex Casey Larson. Did you get handed an L on the Off-White Prestos, too? You got that right.
You win some, you lose some.
That's why I'm tired. I only got 4 hours of sleep because I was going for it.
Yeah. The internet was Carmella handing you a giant L,
Yes.
and
Yes.
you're Asuka.
Yes. Going to talk about it a bit in tomorrow's episode of Super Kicks.
Joaquin Cardenas. Come on, this is a softball here. What's the Undisputed Era's peak if they were around in the 70s?
Oh, all the belts.
Yeah. 80s.
All the belts.
90s.
All the belts.
Okay, there you go.
I mean,
what about 60s?
All the belts.
Thank you. Exactly.
They would just run a rough shot over every territory.
Oh my, are you kidding me? Especially if they had a time travel device?
Oh, man.
Absolutely. Let's see here.
Wayne Maker 2.0 asks, who'd be Spock, Chief Science Officer?
Who's the logical one? You seem to be better at this game than I am.
I'm going to say The Miz.
What? You're crazy. That guy's all over the map emotionally.
No, but he makes good points.
Well, yeah, okay. He makes good points, I guess. I feel like that's a stretch, though. Finn Balor. Because Spock looked cool. He made a bowl haircut and pointy ears.
You already gave Finn Balor a roll.
What did I give him? No, I didn't.
Oh, that's true. You said teleportation, but that's
it was wrong, though. Yeah, I was wrong. It'd be Finn. He looks cool. And Spock looked cool. That was his main thing. Spock kept it real.
Think about that one some more.
Let's see here. Antler, peak Bullet Club or Undisputed Era? Look, man, if you ever give us a question about the Undisputed Era,
that's the correct answer.
That's the correct answer.
That's the correct answer.
Look, you guys know us. We go through our phases. Right now, we're in an Undisputed Era phase.
And that's going to be continuing until they unfortunately probably break up.
Yeah. Recap Drake asks, have you guys ever thought of instead saying going in live? No, there's no sexual double entendre there, my friend.
Bassy 26, Okada has one final match. Who do you choose to be his final opponent? It's got to be Tanahashi.
Probably Tanahashi.
It's Tanahashi.
Yeah. Or Jay White.
Daniel Morris, $2. Spock is the Good Brothers. Abs Anderson, Luke Gallows.
Wait, why though?
They had that bit where they were doctors, scientists.
Okay. Let's see here. Brian Perius, do you guys think after SummerSlam, do you think Finn will feud with Dolph Ziggler and finally get the IC title?
I hope so, but I'm not betting on it.
I really wanted that to be the SummerSlam match. I wanted him to get that IC title at SummerSlam. Come on, man. He was, first Universal Champion. And now he's just going to fight Drew McIntyre, maybe?
He never got his rematch for
in
a
like
belt he never lost.
Fairly meaningless match. I mean, it should be good, but I don't want a good match.
I want a great match with purpose. Gucci Mane's lawyer, with the rumored Matt Riddle signing to, it seems like WWE has snatched up another indie star. Do you think WWE is ultimately overloading its talent roster and misusing these guys, since not all of them could be at the top of the mountain like they were on the indies? Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
They signed too many people and then misusing them, or
man. So okay, we're still kind of early into they're signing too many people phase. like, you know, because it sort of started with like Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era and them, like, and they're still in NXT and they're doing great. And then they get Ricochet, and then they get, you know, Dijak, and then they got this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. Don't laugh at Dijak. So I feel like that's a question that we really want to look at in like a year from now, because they are snapping up a lot of people right now.
Yeah, they're pretty much
Keith
signing
Lee
everybody.
just like made his TV taping debut.
Yeah.
So they're snapping up a lot of people right now. It's going to be interesting to see where they are a year from now, because here's the thing. For every signee they have, shouldn't they be releasing some people?
Yeah,
like,
no.
Look, I don't want to advocate for anybody losing their jobs.
No, absolutely not.
But, like, you know, Randy Orton's out there. He's been around for a very long time. Dolph Ziggler's been around for a very long time.
Yes.
And it's like, dude I'd kind of rather see some new people in those
I
roles.
understand.
You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like they need to let some pressure off somehow.
Yeah. Thomas Speller, does Larson too sweet off camera?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He too sweet at AJ Styles.
No.
And then another time, which I'm not going to talk about, but it almost made me cry.
OG Sneakerhead, $3. Finn to SmackDown after SummerSlam. I'd be cool with that.
Finn, what now, huh?
Finn to SmackDown after SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah, the shakeup.
I'd be cool with that.
Foxy the Foxy Fox. Not a wrestling question, but as young lads, what was your favorite meals your mom or dad, would cook you growing up, and you look forward to having when you visit them today? Man, I might have to stay at my parents' house tonight. Might opt to, because, like, you know, they've got, my parents have like the coziest house.
Yeah, it's very homey.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they die, I'm probably going to take it.
It's because
The true tradition of.
Yeah, when I went there for the 4th, it was remarkable how little it changed since we were in junior college.
Yeah,
college.
right? Yeah. Yeah. It's very homey.
Yeah.
That being said, man, my mom is a wonderful cook. So, yeah, I mean, back when I was a kid, I loved her meatloaf. I loved her burritos. I loved her anything she would make. And she would always, like, I'd always go in the kitchen and she's like doing all sorts of stuff. And I'm like, what is going on here? It's so great. And it's so, like, you even just like something as simple as spaghetti, which is the simplest thing ever.
Really is.
Like, you can, but and it's like freaking just, yeah.
My mom used to make this dish called Swiss steak, which was steak, you know, it's seasoned with stewed tomatoes and some other stuff, and then you put potatoes in it so it all simmers slowly, so it's super tender. And as a kid, that was my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I used to eat it all the time.
Yeah.
Her banana bread.
Oh, yeah, the banana. Oh, I remember her banana bread.
Off the charts.
I used to take that
steal
from
it.
you too. I did.
Oh.
You can't say anything, you son of a bitch.
I always left you a piece of brownie. Always.
You and Jeff, man.
We
you
never
guys
took
screwed
the
me.
last bite. Never took the last
Why
bite.
did I even leave that out? Why didn't I hide it?
Yeah, no, it's kind of your thing.
And I caught that fool like just buried deep, like he was making love to some, like they were called chewy. So my grandma, she used to make these things called conga bars.
Yeah,
which
I never took one of those.
They were great. They were my favorite, right? They were my favorite.
I only ate the brownies.
So one time I got one of these care packages in college when we were all living together. Yeah, I know. And I left like the chewies out, which were like a peanut butter chocolate concoction, but they were too tough. I didn't like them. They weren't good, and I looked down on them. And so I ate all the conga bars. I left them out. I left the chewies out. I get home and Jeff, like literally, he didn't even take he had like the tin foil in his hands.
That's
like
funny.
using that to cup it. And he was like, ugh. And I was like,
That's funny.
What? You're disgusting. What is your problem eating that? That's disgusting. He started laughing, and then he kept on eating them.
I always remember that there was a piece of brownie, maybe yay big, that got left out.
You're a piece of shit.
And so every time
you're
Jeff and I walked by, we would just take half.
You're a piece of crap.
So
dude.
that piece of brownie, this eventually got to one small little bite, but I never took the last bite. I remember my mom sent me
justification.
a huge loaf of banana bread I put in the refrigerator. I come back and it's half gone.
Holy shit, it was so good though.
It is good. It's not an excuse to eat all my banana bread. You need to ask. Ask, damn you.
You didn't ask me, you son of a bitch. I guaranteed you
No,
started doing it.
you probably said, "Oh, you guys can have a brownie."
I never said that.
We didn't even finish it. Shad Media, $2. Childhood memories you miss. He misses TGIF on ABC.
Oh man, what a great thing to miss.
Yeah, man.
That's a great thing to miss. I miss Saturday morning cartoons from the 80s. Man, I'm telling you, kids these days, like if you're in your 20s, you don't know.
No.
You don't know what it was like.
Waking up Saturday morning, get a big old bowl of cereal, sitting on the couch watching Spider-Man, His Amazing Friends.
Oh, Mask.
Yeah.
Oh man, there were so many great. You know the great thing too. So when I was like 7, my family moved to England because my dad was in the Air Force, and we still had Saturday morning cartoons because the Air Force had like they had like a United States channel. It was like
Yeah.
The Air Force channel, whatever. And but all of our stuff that we'd get for whatever reason was like a year at least behind current, right? So like I'd watch it, but then my grandparents, who were super cool, they would send us VHS tapes of like
neat.
current Saturday morning cartoons. So like Mask, which had an odd way of like advancing their storylines. Like there was Mask, and then they like all of a sudden Mask, like instead of being good versus evil, it turned into like a race car thing, but they still had the same characters. It was weird. And I would put that in and I'd be like, what is going on? Like I just missed like a year of storylines.
It seemed like a completely different show.
It's like a whole different show. Exactly.
Yeah. Wayne Maker has a question, a good one. 2 pounds. Transformers or Mask?
So I loved them both.
Yes, same,
hardcore.
same.
I had an affinity in my heart for Mask though. Like that was my jam.
It's always fun to root for the underdog.
Yeah, it is.
And in this battle, Mask is definitely the
for
underdog.
sure, yeah.
I mean, it's a franchise. It's dormant.
Basically dead.
Yeah.
Although I've heard numerous times that they're
going to
looking
revive it in some capacity.
Like
yeah.
Michael Bay was going to. I'd be all in for that, dude. Oh, I'd be all in for that.
Not Michael Bay. No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Because how can he mess that up?
Have you seen any of the Transformers movies?
Yeah, but Bumblebee looks good.
Yeah, because Michael Bay had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like Mask is the one that they can. Whoever does Fast and Furious, they should do Mask.
All right.
They should do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and get The Rock to be in it.
To play, what's his name? Matt Tracker?
Matt Tracker. Heck yeah, dude. Are you kidding me? JP Zamet asks us to power rank top 5 dream matches you'd like to see at WWE Evolution. Wait until tomorrow. And
Not quite dream match. There was a couple of dream matches, but
yeah, it's top 10 matches we want to see at Evolution.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see here. Only one more good question here. I'm gonna reload this some bitch. Oh, did we mention this one? Somebody asked. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost it. Somebody asked what we thought about the Twitter beef between Roman Reigns and Tama Tonga.
I haven't been paying that much attention to it.
I did, and it's very silly. I'm trying to find who asked the question. I'm sorry, I can't find your name.
No, I think I saw it earlier.
Oh, I like this one too. It's a very silly question. I mean, it's a very silly beef. I find it funny that Roman Reigns is kind of lowering himself to Twitter beef with Tama Tonga. That amuses me. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny. It's so silly because they're probably buddies.
Oh yeah.
And then finally, I'm gonna give some shine to this one. YouTube.com/TheWrestleDude. If you had because I love time travel questions.
Yes.
If you had the ability to be ringside for any, I would never leave my family under any circumstance, unless somebody said, "Hey, do you want to be a quantum leaper?" I'd give that some serious thought.
But then you're stuck quantum leaping for.
Yeah, I
quite a
know.
while.
For like ever, apparently.
That'd be incredibly lonely.
Sam Beckett might still be out there, dude.
It's
We don't
true.
know. We don't really know.
Super lonely, man.
Yeah, maybe. But still, to be in those situations, be interesting. As long as they don't lead me into like a lady who's about to give birth, which they did with Sam Beckett once, that'd be terrifying. Ladies are amazing. Women are amazing.
They
'cause
are.
They do that giving birth thing.
I know.
They keep the species
it looks
going.
incredibly difficult.
Oh my gosh. Ooh. Anyways, he said if you had the ability to be ringside for any wrestling event ever, what would you pick?
Oh, Montreal Screwjob. This level of awkwardness.
Why would you want to be in that awkward situation?
Off the charts.
Oh, man.
Because I'm sitting there watching this all, oh, man, this is really awkward, but this is probably going to be an important thing, like historically speaking at some point.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, dude, I would just, the Sportatorium, when that cage match, when the Freebirds turned on the Von Erichs, I would do that.
Oh, sorry, missed a super chat. Jeffrey Nguyen, $5. After yesterday's episode, I crack up imagining Steve working out to the chorus of boos from everyone around him.
It'd be really difficult to do, man. That'd be so hard. Boo. I'm like, come on, I'm trying to better myself. Boo. Really?
So that just inspired me to put up more weight.
Yeah.
I'll show these people.
But what if a couple of jack dudes are booing you? Like, boo, you're not putting up enough weight. Watch this. And then they shove you aside.
Well, if I'm at your gym, I'll point to the no judgment zone.
Say, hey, see that sign with the circle through it, the circle on the line with your image there? You're not welcome here. This is the judgment-free zone.
You know, maybe that doesn't mean that. It just means that's not like the I don't know how like that. You know, like people go to the gym thing and they want to get jacked. Like that's the ideal.
Yeah.
To be jacked, and they're saying no.
Still, what is it on them to tell us?
Oh no,
what our
I agree.
dreams are.
But I don't know if we should take it as literal as no jack dudes.
I'm disappointed that Planet Fitness doesn't take a more space-themed approach with their gym. It's Planet Fitness.
That is a fair point.
There should be like landscape murals of
honestly,
this planet that you're on.
They should create some sort of fabricated planet, set it into orbit, and have it spin around the sun.
Yeah.
Or call it Moon Fitness and at least have it orbit around the Earth.
Man, CNN had this little animation thing.
Yeah.
That says there was like a news story that said that the number of near-Earth objects.
Oh, I saw that.
They're so much more than we had previously thought.
Yeah.
Because we can detect so much more.
Oh yeah.
We're
done for.
We're on the precipice of just being annihilated.
We're done for.
So nothing really matters.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Enjoy life while you live it.
There's also a thing at Planet Fitness that says like, you know, people who clang the weights, who like drop the weights and stuff, you know, and that kind of stuff, like they're not allowed in the judgment-free zone. And so
That's a judgment though.
It is. I am super paranoid about making any noise now. I'm like, man, if I breathe heavy, am I going to be judged? Am I going to be not allowed here?
I'm not sure they understand what a judgment-free zone is.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a lot of judgments
I think
being cast.
Planet Fitness is missing the point, man.
Yeah. Wayne Maker 2.0, $2. JC and the Wheeled Warriors versus Galaxy Rangers. I don't know what any of that means. Do you know what any of that means?
Well, Wayne Maker is, I believe, from the UK.
Yes.
Maybe that's something from the UK. Although I lived there, but I watched American programming, not
I don't know
UK
what any of that
programming.
is. My apologies.
Hold on, I'm going to look up JC and the Wheeled Warriors.
All right. Galaxy Rangers.
Wayne Maker is one of my favorites. I owe it to him because he spent like a shit ton of money on our Slayer shirt because of those damn customs.
Oh, yeah.
This looks terrible.
Oh, wow.
JC and the Wheeled Warriors.
The Adventures of the Galaxy Rangers.
That's awful. Give me Starcom. Do you remember Starcom?
Yeah.
Did anybody like Starcom here?
Oh, wow, look at this.
I feel like it didn't go.
Galaxy Rangers. They're
They
space
look
cops.
cool.
Look at that, a robotic horse.
Oh, I kind of mildly remember that, actually. Jeff might have been into that. That sounds like, I think that was something Jeff might have been into.
Oh, there's toys.
Wow, look, those are nice looking, too.
Yeah, they are.
Wow. Look at that dude's abs.
I know, man.
He's got like Champa abs right there, man. Anyways,
His vascularity is Champa level or not.
That's probably it for show, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right, anyways.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate all your super chatters.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And, yeah, till next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.